Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to my match reaction to Everton 2, West Ham 0. Safe to say I did not see that coming. If any of you guys tuned into my opposition view show the other day, you'd know that I had us down for a very heavy defeat here, and maybe even a P45 for Marco Silva come Monday morning. As it happens, Marco Silva may well have saved his job today with what was an absolutely brilliant display from the whole team. In fact, it was probably the best I've seen us play for quite some time. Certainly the best display this season, that's for sure. Like I say, Marco Silva said regularly in the run-up to this game that it was must win, and he wasn't wrong. Many of us fans, certainly myself, cynically wrote off those comments and expected the same sort of stale selection we've seen for weeks from Silva. But fair play to him today, he changed the personnel, even if he didn't change the formation, and it worked wonders. Who knew Walcott could play that well for Everton? Tom Davies was the incoming change that went down very well with the supporters pre-match. Certainly in my quarters, but for a missed sitter early doors, he did not disappoint. His simplistic approach at times to the game was a breath of fresh air for me, and given that recently I think we've seemed often too over-elaborate in our build-up play, today those transitions were quick, slick, and the link-up play was really, really good. As good as any team in the league, I reckon. And I think Tom Davies played a key part in that. The only letdown for us today, I thought, was the end product. Let's be honest, it should have been about 7 or 8-0 today. We absolutely battered West Ham, but we spurned a number of great chances. Richarlison hit the woodwork, Walcott hit the bar with a really good shot, and for a while it looked as if it could be one of those days where we didn't kill them off and maybe they punished us for it, but not today. Marco Silva has been crying out for big characters, and today he seemed to get that. Perhaps the squad has been lifted morale-wise by Silva being open to change, the likes of Walcott and Davies finally getting a chance, Jibril Sidibe as well, which was the big issue I held against Marco Silva for quite a while. Right now I thought he was very stuck in his ways, both formation and personnel-wise, but his decisiveness today has reaped rewards because all of those incoming players took their chance today. The biggest of all, like I just said, I mentioned them there briefly, but Jibril Sidibe stepped in for Seamus Coleman with his absence from suspension. Today, he proved, I think, Jibril Sidibe that he's levels above Seamus Coleman. Unfortunately, I might be being harsh on Coleman, but I do reckon Seamus Coleman is finished as a Premier League right-back. And for the sake of his legacy at Everton, where he has done a very, very good job for the last decade, I think he needs to become a backup to Jibril Sidibe from here on in. Sidibe proved today that he has the ability to get up and down better than Coleman can, and I think that also helped Theo Walcott to shine up top because he didn't need to protect his fullback as much as he would if Coleman was behind him. And in turn, that lack of not needing a more defensive-minded right winger to help Coleman meant Richarlison didn't have to use his defensive ability out wide right and went back up top, and he put a brilliant hard-working performance in, I thought, as the lone striker. On the note of strikers, I've been blowing smoke up Sebastian Haller's backside in the build-up to this game. I was fuming that we never signed him in the summer. I thought he would have been a great addition to the Everton team as our lone striker in this system, but today, let's be honest, Yerry Mina pocketed Sebastian Haller brilliantly today, and on the other hand, Richarlison did everything that I've been lauding Haller for as our main man up top. So fair play to both Richarlison at one end and Yerry Mina at the other. But overall, there really wasn't a bad performance there today at all. Maybe we should have put away some more chances, but everybody pulled their weight today. We looked dynamic, we looked a threat every time we went forward. We should have scored more, but this performance and particularly the work rate from the team today certainly silenced anybody who suggested that Marco Silva had lost the dressing room. If Silva can maintain this newfound ability to mix it up, then I will get right back behind him as our manager. But we have to keep kicking on. We've got Brighton next and then Watford at home in the Carabao Cup. And Silva, I think, needs to win both of those games to really regain full support of our fan base. The pressure's very much still on Silva, but I think today's performance, and of course the most important thing, the result, has more than bought him enough time to turn this around now. And fair play to him today, because he could have stuck it out with the same rubbish and he has tried to change, and we've seen the rewards today. So a really good day. All in all, it's nice to just not have Everton ruin your weekend for the first time in heaven knows. And it's safe to say I'm going to savour this one. Going to get a few more pints down me, I reckon, and I suggest you all do the same. Everton 2, West Ham 0. There you have it. Fully deserved win for Everton today, really. Everton are boss for at least another week. So let me know your opinions on our showing today. Drop us a comment below, like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you again, guys, for watching on the Toffee Blues.